Thank you for visiting our YouTube channel, where we feature the most fascinating and interesting stories. We're thrilled to share 10 amazing facts about Steve Jobs, one of the most recognizable names in technology, with you today. If you are seeing this video, there are many chances you've used one of the many products that Steve Jobs innovated. The technological genius, born on February 24, 1955, has set the standard for the interface of personal computers. Jobs co-founded Apple in 1976, left the firm under duress in 1985, then took over as CEO again in 1996. He remained the brand's spokesperson up until his passing from neuroendocrine cancer in 2011. Without Jobs, the world's pervasive technology may look considerably different, and the machine's creator was a fascinatingly complex person. Here are some details about Steve Jobs that you may not be aware of. So, sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed by these fascinating facts about Steve Jobs. 1. Steve Jobs was adopted. Jobs was a very well-known person, yet he always took care to keep his personal affairs secret. He was adopted, and Abdul Fattah Jandali, his biological father, was a Syrian refugee. He rejected Jandali's outreach efforts and for long years denied having any relationship with his own daughter, Lisa. 2. He was also a college dropout. Never believe anyone who says a college degree is necessary for success in the workplace. Jobs, who was from the working class, left Reed College after only 6 months because college was too expensive for his family. 3. Steve Jobs started wearing his signature black turtleneck because his employees didn't want to wear a company uniform. The streamlined appearance of Apple's products was carried over to Jobs' well-known outfit. In most photos of Jobs, he is wearing a black turtleneck with jeans and sneakers. He wasn't simply donning any old black turtleneck. The renowned top was created by Issey Miyake, a creative Japanese fashion house. When Jobs first visited Sony's headquarters in Tokyo in the 1980s, he was inspired by the employees' understated Miyake-designed uniforms to start wearing in uniforms. He was so enamored with the uniforms, in fact, that he asked Miyake to create uniforms for Apple, but his workers detested the notion. 4. Steve Jobs didn't have some of the technological savvy you might expect. To his co-workers, Jobs was more well known for his financial acumen and inventiveness than for his technical brilliance, despite the fact that he profoundly revolutionized the world of technology. Steve Wozniak, who retired from Apple in 1985 after co-founding the company with Jobs, once remarked, he did not know technology. He had no experience designing hardware and had no knowledge of software. He desired prominence, and those who are prominent are typically business people. He therefore intended to do it. 5. Steve Jobs' earliest computer was recently auctioned for nearly $500,000. It's incredible that a computer from 1976 is still functional today, but the rare Apple I, which was Apple's first desktop machine and was sold for the absurd sum of $666.66, made it to a Christie's auction in 2019 and was still in operation. 6. Steve Jobs dated a 60s musical icon. Steve Jobs had a relationship with folk singer Joan Baez in the year 1982, 10 years before he met Lorraine Powell, his wife. As the serious relationship between two accidental friends who became lovers. This is how Steve Jobs described their relationship. In the 1960s and 1970s, Baez and Bob Dylan were known to date and perform together. Jobs just so happened to be a great Dylan admirer. He and Wozniak first became friends over their shared love of the prolific musician and collection of his bootleg recordings. 7. Steve Jobs experimented with psychedelic drugs. Jobs, like many baby boomers, was a bit of a hippie when he was younger. During their college years in the 1970s, he and his friend and future co-worker Daniel Kottke routinely had LSD trips. 8. Steve Jobs wasn't so into the concept of the Genius Bar. Apple stores are renowned for their Genius Bar assistants for customers and shining white design. However, not all of the store specifications were to Jobs' taste. Ron Johnson was hired by Apple in 2000 to oversee their first retail locations. The now famous Genius Bar was Johnson's idea, and he recalled that when he told Jobs about it, Jobs called it idiotic and said, "Ron, you might have the right idea, but here's the big gap. I've never met a techie who knows how to connect with people. All of them are geeks." You may refer to it as the geek bar. 9. Steve Jobs wanted the original iPhone to be primarily used as a phone. It's not hyperbole to argue that the iPhone revolutionized smartphones, turning them into extremely useful pocket computers and further displacing people from making phone calls with the convenience of texting and social network integration. It comes as a bit of a shock to realize that the original iPhone was primarily intended to function as a phone. Jobs stated during the product's debut speech in 2007, "We want to reinvent the phone." What's the killer app? The killer app is making calls. It's amazing how hard it is to make calls on most phones. 10. Steve Jobs' final words were, "Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow." Jobs didn't meet his biological sister, Mona Simpson, until she was in her 20s. Author Simpson delivered the eulogy during Jobs' funeral, detailing their special bond and recalling his final weeks while fighting cancer. With the brief yet powerful closing remarks of "Oh wow," Simpson stated that her older brother passed away quietly. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Thank you for watching.